Hello, mini lovers. Welcome to my front porch. Today I'm starting the Halloween series of minis that I'm going to be doing, and I just wanted to show you first what we're starting out with. Okay, so this little broken piece of Melissa and Doug furniture is something that I got with the dollhouse. So its doors are broken. It has no drawers. These are some paper ones that I was working on, which I'll probably have to fix. It's broken, it's ugly, and I'm going to make this into a witch's cabinet. Okay, so I've glued the top back on. I've taken some old packaging, and I've made a second door. I don't know I'm going to use them. I might just make shelves. This way you can see stuff inside. And I fixed this door the best I could. And then what I did was, out of cardstock, I made a little pattern. And I made little drawers. And then right now I'm going to spray paint this and these pieces. And then I'm going to work on making little drawer fronts for these. So let me spray paint. Oops. A little styrofoam from this packaging that was in here. But that's okay. I'm going to give it several coats. And let it dry fully in between. Okay, so I've got it all spray painted. I've got all my little pieces. I actually made 3 drawers just to see which one fits best, because they do kind of get wonky when you're gluing them. I don't know if I'm going to use the doors. They came out kind of glossy. As you can see, the cabinet came out like a really nice matte black. Little corners that didn't get done. I didn't want to flood too much paint in there. I'm going to be doing a lot of brown dry brushing over this. So I've got my 3 dark brown, medium brown, and like a light. It's called Beachcomber Beige. Actually, I might use something a little bit lighter, but we'll see when we get to it. Right now, maybe no, antique white is a little white. Parchment might be better. But we'll see. That's actually an old one. You can see it's a folk art, so it's actually an older one. So we'll check on that later. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the darkest. And I've got a paintbrush that's kind of got a little dried up. I do need a piece of paper to get some of this off, but it got a little dried up, so it's kind of jagged at the edge and a little hard pieces, so I'm hoping that helps make a little bit more of a grain. We'll see. So basically, I took a lot of the paint off my brush. I'm just going to dab it. You've seen dry brushing before, I'm sure. This is just the way I do it. So you can see there's a little bit of a, what's the word? Like a, almost like a grain. Not really, but kind of. So I'm going to go and do the whole thing, and then we'll try the medium. A lot of this you're not going to see after we fill it with stuff. Oops, I forgot to wet my brush. See, you can see. So I kind of like doing the black spray paint over. Not only does it really cover well, but hang on, I'm going to wipe a little of this off. Not only does it cover it well, and it really does give you a nice surface to paint. And the dark looks really good when you have this dark wood look. Now, give yourself some time with this. I'm trying to do it on video, so obviously I'm trying to do it a little bit faster. And again, I'm also pretty far away from it because I have the tripod. So I'm going to step back, take a look at this, let it dry, and come back and see how it looks. Again, you can always go back over it with some more black. You don't have to spray it. I mean, you know, just take a little bit and just kind of do the same thing you're doing. That's what I do. All right. So I will be back before we start the next color. Okay, so right now it doesn't really look like much. I think you can see the difference. Definitely looks different on camera than it does in real life. I did the drawer fronts. I did them both sides just so in case I like one better than the other. I did the doors, but again, I don't think I'm going to use them because I think I might make some shelves down here, depending on what I put in. You know, I want to be able to see what's in there as opposed to, you know, keeping it open, gluing it open, or whatever. So for right now, I don't know which I'm going to do, so I'm just going to keep painting it like I am going to put them on. And in the end, I may not. Who knows? Okay, so this was the burnt umber. That was the darkest. Now I'm going to brown oxide. And I'm not even cleaning my brush. Just going to use a little dollop down here. This might not be enough of a difference, but we're going to do it anyway. And just see how it goes. Again, very lightly. I'm not really looking to fill the whole thing in. Oops, you couldn't see that at all. There you go. So no, this might be a good, of course it has to dry. So we'll see when it dries, but we'll just go ahead and I'll just do the same thing. I learned this technique actually from oh gosh, Where the Gnomes Are. If you haven't seen where the YouTube channel Where the Gnomes Are, I think that's how, I think I watch it so often I don't know if that's the name. Something about where the gnomes are, where the gnomes live. No, I think it's Where the Gnomes Are. Anyway, she does like a bark treatment, and ever since I saw her do it, I've been doing some wood pieces kind of similarly. It's not exactly the same because what she does is there's texture in what she does, and this is a smooth surface, so I'm trying to make it look more wood grain, and she uses the texture to catch the kind of the dark paints in the recess and the light paints on the high spots to really show off, you know, kind of like a barky texture. I'm trying just to make it look like wood. And of course, it's not going to look exactly like wood. It's not going to look like, but it's an interpretation, let's say, of wood. Excuse my dog's barking in the background. It's a little thunder out right now, and I have some doggies that are afraid of it. So I'm just going to keep on going. Now I'm going to just even light, if it's possible, more lightly paint this next color. Okay, so this is the second coat. It could have been a little lighter. This is the brown oxide. Oops. Just throw it down. But you can see it's getting that look. It's still a little bit wet, so you're going to see some spots that are shiny and kind of darker. I'm going to let this dry fully. I'm also drying the drawers and the doors. So I'm going to continue going, and I'm going to go to the next color. Probably, I think I'm going to try it out on the paper here where I've been kind of wiping my brush and see how it looks, and then I'll pick a color and I'll start doing the third coat. Okay, I'm going to try the Beachcomber Beige. They're very, very close in color, but I think I like the look that the Beachcomber Beige gives. Now, this is to be really light, like really, even though you think you got no paint on your brush, just a little. It's all you need for this. It gives it like a worn look. Now this is, my idea for this cabinet is a witch's cabinet. So I really want it to look kind of worn out and just dirty, and I don't know, something that's in a little witchy hideaway. Now my bird is singing. She tends to do when I leave the room. So I'm just gonna really hit the spots lightly. I mean, there's really, you can see I'm scrubbing pretty hard with the brush. Again, this is one of those dried up brushes that I, forgot to wash, or didn't get all the paint off and it dried and it's kind of got some crunchy spots. Of course, it's all like still a little wet, so it's shiny. And if you think you do too much, what I always do is, like I did my ceiling in the last video. I can't tell you, I kept touching that up and going back and forth between all the colors. If I wanted a spot lighter, or I wanted a spot to have a little more dark, or a little redder here, a little darker there. That's what I did. And it's, you're not going to get it done. Not dry enough, see? So what I'll probably do is just go over a little bit of that with some darker paints. Also, try not to curve, because I noticed when I do that, it doesn't look like it's wood. It makes it more swirly. So, like real wood, if they built this dresser, would be long planks. They wouldn't be like this, and they certainly wouldn't be curved. So, but you're not going to see the side that much. So I will darken that up a little bit later. I could do this side. Also trying not to leave my fingerprints in it. I think I also saw somebody It was a Dollar Tree DIYer, do something similar. That was so long ago, I can't even tell you who that was, but she would take some of the Dollar Tree signs and try to make them look more farmhousey, and she would do basically the same thing. I think she only used 2 colors, and I think she even used white. I don't think I'm going to use white. I think I like the beige look. Yeah, so I'm going to let that dry a little. I'll hit that with a little darker. I got to still do the doors. Really don't think I'm going to use them. They're so cute though, but you know, the idea for the witch's cabinet is to see all her goodies inside and her potions and stuff. That I really don't think I'm going to use these, but I'm going to keep going like I am. So that's a big difference. You can see just in, oops, the drawer. This is the drawer, of course, not painted. This part's going to be inside. I guess I really should maybe paint the insides, because I think I'm going to have it propped with the drawers open, like stuff's coming out of the drawers, at least for one of them. So I might as well kind of, oops, sorry, treat it like they're going to be seen. Of course, I did not paint these brown. I'm just playing it by ear. So what I'm going to do with my YouTube channel here is I'm going to continue through September and October. I'm going to try for each week. It's also the end of dog show season, so like next weekend I have 3 days of dog shows, so I don't know how much I'll get done, but I think I might try to do a video during the week and see how that goes. Of just making stuff to go in. I did buy some stuff, but you know, making stuff to go in the cabinet, and then we're going to go further from there. And my ultimate goal is actually to try and make a witch doll. I did buy the body parts for a witch, but I don't know if I'm brave enough to try it on camera. I mean, I might just film. Okay, that one's a little wonky. I might just film it and then, you know, decide from there if I like it or not. These might still need to be trimmed. Of course, I can't get them open. And once I have the big front on them, you know, I could put a. Oh, that's one thing that I need. Oh, I have these little tiny pearls I might use for little knobs, and then paint them. We'll see as we get there. It's still a little wet, but you see what I mean. I might leave them a little bit open with some stuff inside the drawers, kind of coming out, so you can see inside. All right, so I'm going to let this dry, see how it looks, and I'll be right back. Okay, so whoops, sorry about my finger there. I'm just trying to get really close to it so you could see everything. Now you can see I put the drawers in. I've got to find smaller beads, so I'm probably going to have to shop around for a little bit and find some smaller beads or something else that I could use for pulls. Offhand, I don't have anything. So these are also drying, so I don't want to push them in all the way. But that's it. I think it came out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. I might darken these up with some chalk pastels just to make them look a little bit dingier. I'm going to fix this part too when it dries because it's a little too light. But to me, that looks like an old, sorry, wants to focus on everything behind it. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I had somebody comment that the sound wasn't good, so I have to work on getting some kind of microphone, which I just really film with my cell phone, so I'm going to try and find something that can go into my cell phone. All right, guys, so there we have it. Next week, we're going to start working on putting some stuff in it. And also, in the coming weeks, we'll work on, it's not going in my dollhouse. It's going in sort of a, kind of a diorama. You'll see when we get there. All right, guys, I hope you had a great day and a great week and enjoyed watching the video. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.